Hello Internet, Seth Skorkowski, and today we're going into the dark future with the Call of Cthulhu micro-setting Cthulhu Icarus. Unlike the more historical settings for the game, such as Roman, Victorian, Jazz Age, or modern times, Cthulhu Icarus takes place in the distant future when mankind has journeyed into the depths of space. It appears in the book Cthulhu Through the Ages, which I covered before when I discussed their post-apocalyptic setting, End Times: The Reaping. This book gives us a little taste of different eras to play in, and I think it is great. The entire setting for Cthulhu Icarus takes place aboard the starship Icarus and is only 8 pages long. That's it. That's all they gave us for this wonderful setting.
Hey now, it ain't the size that counts.
Wait, are you wearing a jumpsuit? What happened to that space cape you were raving about in our last sci-fi video?
First, this isn't a jumpsuit. It's a speed suit. And second, while space capes are admittedly pretty cool, they're more of a space opera type of thing. Cthulhu Icarus, on the other hand, is more of a harder sort of science fiction setting. The type of game where your characters are more likely to be scientists or space truckers.
Designed in the vein of Alien, Cloverfield Paradox, Event Horizon, and Pandorum, Cthulhu Icarus is designed to give us that claustrophobic feel by primarily taking place in one location: the ship. 2 of our 8 pages are dedicated to the ship's map, showing the floor plan with the spinning habitat pods where we have rotational gravity. This map is going to be super important for your game, so keepers, I strongly suggest that you print up copies and give a copy to each of your players. For our game, we printed a nice large one and laid it out across the table to use. While you can certainly play most of the occupations that are available to you in regular Call of Cthulhu, though I think Hobo might be a little trickier to work in than most, Cthulhu Icarus focuses on 5 main occupations, and they are engineer, medical, scientist, navigator, and systems engineer, i.e. your tech support guys. Each of those 5 is provided with a list of different occupational skills that are specifically tailored for this sci-fi setting. Now, one interesting thing about it is that in regular Call of Cthulhu, occupational skills are usually 4 times a stat. Something like Dex plus Intelligence times 2, or 4 times EDU, or some variation like that. Cthulhu Icarus, however, is 5 times a stat. For example, the navigator occupation is Education times 4 plus Intelligence.
Which is a good thing, because many of the skills in this game, such as system ops, zero-G operation, and many of the sciences, those start off so low that the player characters are going to need a ton of skill points just to make themselves a half-competent crew.
In addition to new skills, we also get energy weapons, which is fun because sci-fi should have laser beams. However, there is a big lack of other sci-fi gear such as spacesuits. So for that, if you don't want to go through the whole process of making all that gear up yourself, I suggest that you check out the old End Times monograph, which has equipment such as vacuum suits, PDAs, thruster packs, and other sci-fi related equipment. It is on DriveThruRPG, links below. I found it super useful for us, though I did need to create a little bit of extra tech such as magnetic boots. Cthulhu Icarus comes with 3 possible plot seeds that you can use and expand on for good sci-fi horror adventures, ranging from a derelict ship to monsters lurking out in the dark of space. However, when I ran this, I didn't use any of those plot seeds, except for, okay, I did use a derelict ship. I couldn't help myself with that one. And to use that derelict ship, I needed a space floor plan, and I was really bad at making up my own spaceship floor plan, so I just stole one from the 2001 Discovery from an old TSR game. And being that most of Lovecraft's horrors originated from the stars, there is a huge assortment of classic Call of Cthulhu monsters that you have to choose from, such as the ether-flying Bayaki, invisible blood-sucking star vampires, or the brain-stealing Migo from Yugoth. My players and I had a whole lot of fun with this. However, the big drawback to Cthulhu Icarus, as well as the entire Call of Cthulhu sci-fi setting, is the complete lack of resources. Cthulhu Through the Ages does provide us with some blank future-era investigator sheets that we can copy and use, which is really handy because it has all the appropriate sysops and zero-G skills, but there's nothing else available out there. Even the Chaosium website, which offers us free sheets and auto-calculator PDFs for different settings such as 1920s, Wild West, Invictus, and Mythic Iceland, they don't offer a future setting sheet on their website, which I find to be a huge tragedy.
Oh yeah, spaceships and exploring abandoned planetary outposts, those have been staples of the horror genre for decades, ranging from xenomorphs chasing Ripley through the halls of the Nostromo to Jason and Pinhead even taking their spin at it. Not only does it allow for the normal type of horror tropes such as long passageways with flickering lights, but it also adds the element of true isolation because the player characters are going to be surrounded by that cold vacuum of space. Because yeah, sure, they could try to call somebody for help and they might even reach them, but it could take weeks or months before that help is able to arrive, and in the meantime, good luck.
Overall, I love the Cthulhu Icarus microsetting. Between that and the end times, I find it completely worth it to go ahead and pick up a copy of Cthulhu Through the Ages. Those two settings alone make this book more than worth it. However, you do want to actually pick up the PDF. The actual physical version's pretty nice, however, none of the pictures inside of it are going to be in color, and at least for the Cthulhu Icarus map, you are going to want that in color. The black and white one's a little bit more tricky to read. But Cthulhu Icarus does whet my appetite, and I want more of this. So I really hope that Chaosium or one of the other publishers that does licensed Call of Cthulhu things, such as Stygian Fox or Golden Goblin Press, I hope one of them releases for us either a full sci-fi setting source book or maybe just a pack of different sci-fi related adventures, because space-based horror is perfect for Call of Cthulhu, and it's a definite hole in the current settings catalog that we have available. Now, and I'm not making any promises here, I have contacted one publisher about possibly releasing the scenario that I wrote and ran when we did Cthulhu Icarus. It's going to need a new ship map, of course. We're not going to be able to use the one that I stole from TSR, but it will need to have a little bit of work done, and I am not making any promises, and time is only going to tell if that pans out or not. But even then, Chaosium, Call of Cthulhu is the premier horror RPG, and I, for one, want more of this. Give us more sci-fi, because my players and I had a ton of fun with this.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see some more of our stuff, such as game reviews or how-tos, just hit that subscribe button. Until next time, players, you have a great day. You know, I am still going to insist that the greatest space horror of all time was Disney's The Black Hole. It's like Event Horizon before there was an Event Horizon. Man, that thing freaked me out as a kid.